Hey, I'm here with Habib, and his company name is Invitrix. And Habib is the founder and owner of an incredible company with his stem cells. And we're in the laboratory right now, and Habib's going to give us a little demo as far as his product line and what it does and the facility here. Habib?
Yes, Dr. Charles, thank you so much for coming in this morning after our initial conversation over the weekend. This is really our headquarters in Southern California. We have similar headquarters elsewhere, namely Taiwan and China and Manila. And actually, we are building a facility in Istanbul. We are a global company. We have a market penetration in over 50 different countries. Our cell therapy product is an innovative product. Besides the cells, we also have the downstream product that we call exosomes or microvesicles. These are truly innovative line of products. I think, in my opinion, we're going to change how dentistry is practiced and medicine is practiced. I think this is a revolutionary field, and it's very exciting to be part of this whole revolution.
So preventative and rejuvenation, right? Both.
That is correct. I think also from a wound healing aspect.
Healing too, yeah.
I think that's where we basically tackle the unmet diseases. We deal with patients with no option, be it rheumatoid arthritis, autoimmune disease, or osteoarthritis of the joints, be it knee, shoulder, or hip. As I said, we are dabbling into neurodegenerative disorders, and we are really looking at dentistry as a whole, in not only in oral cavity, bone formation, Bell's palsy. We can have an effective treatment toward this. We are really excited to be part of the ecosystem in dentistry. We feel that dentistry and dentists in general have always been an early adapter of new and innovative products. So we really see a huge opportunity, not only in the US, but globally, to come in dentistry from literally every aspect of post treatment, post transplantation, as I said, dry mouth, and other wound healing aspect of the oral cavity, be it gum recession or tooth decay or rebuilding of sort of the dental aspect of the patient's need.
And revitalization of teeth.
That is correct.
That's incredible, right?
So I'm going to leave that to Dr. Charles Drury as a practiced, experienced dentist. Now he has newfound ventures, exciting ideas to basically push the envelope in dentistry in a different paradigm.
So yes, this is definitely out of the box and new and exciting, and I think it's going to change the face of dentistry in a very positive and fantastic manner that's going to basically increase quality and quantity of people's lives, which is the ultimate goal. And ultimately, it's going to change humanity for the better. So I commend you in what you're doing, because what you're doing is you're changing the world. We talked about companies, and some companies are purpose-driven. I asked this question to you, and you said that you're not only purpose-driven, you're also what?
Passionate about what we do.
Passionate about what you do. So it's a combination of purpose and passion, which is very powerful. And when you have those things combined, it's not work. It's a function of what you want to do in life and how you want to contribute to the world. And I think that Habib is beyond the point of stagnation. He's contributing to the world in a way that is going to have a profound impact and effect. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Not many people are visionaries. It's very unique to have the vision, but also to actually make it happen, a reality. And Habib has made it a reality. So I'm excited to announce this and let you know that wonderful things are coming on the future in the very near future. So anyway, thank you so much. Do you want to explain the lab a little bit here? Or
Yes, so this is a CGMP facility. Actually, we culture this core tissue that are donated to one of our non-for-profit organization out of Indiana. The mother is fully vetted for all the infectious diseases. Once she goes through that process and is accepted as a donor, the day that she goes to the birth center, we do further testing. They will send us a piece of the core tissue via FedEx overnight. We process this in our facility that you see in the background under the CGMP conditions. And once these cultures grow, we do further testing. These products and the cells are kept under quarantine till all the tests comes in. Our QC team has a release criteria. They will release that to our production team. So that's really requires a rigorous testing, GMP, or what we call CGMP, for current good manufacturing
protocols.
Protocols. Aside from the stem cell product, we also have a downstream conditioned media / exosome microvesicle that we take through further processing by tangential filtration, where we are reducing most of the liquid aspect of this and concentrating these exosomes. So that's another therapeutic product, is a acellular product, nevertheless as potent as the cells. So that's really the core of our technology. As I said, we are using these products in OA of the knee and other osteoarthritis diseases, in autoimmune disease,
wow, beautiful.
orthopedics, and again we did touch on dentistry. We actually have a dry eye product as well in ophthalmology.
Wow.
So really
multifaceted then.
This is really has many different applications, and I think sometimes it's difficult to really retain yourself, because this is almost a technology that can be used in all aspects of medicine, also diagnostics. I think people are looking at exosomes, looking at certain
preventative, right?
Preventative.
Makes sense.
Again, I failed to mention that Dr. Charles Drury is right. Actually, beside orthopedics and neurodegenerative disorders and autoimmune disease, our market is what I call is age management as a preventative.
Yeah.
And I think
I've already seen the skin stuff, and even can grow hair back, right? So like I might be a customer here. So I think it's fantastic.
So really, in conclusion, this is really exciting. I like to use the analogy that this is the Silicon Valley of the 1970s.
Yeah.
From a regulatory aspect, we do have challenges with the agency, just like any innovative product. Both in biotechnology or even in cryptocurrency, the regulators
yes, of course.
Are always
they don't know what to do with it. They don't know what to do with it. It's a new technology, and it's like, where do we go with this, right?
Absolutely, and I think really, as an industry, is upon us to have a constant communication with the regulators.
Awareness,
Again, I think we see this as a challenge, but I think with the new commissioner at the helm who joined FDA just about 5-6 months ago, we are really seeing a couple of communiques from his office that he wants to really engineer a new way of looking at this space. I think the prior administration at the agency was very restrictive and very constrictive to progress. I think he's really, Dr. Khalif has really sent a couple of communiques telling us that he needs to put something together that medium-sized companies like Invitrix can play with a lower level of hurdles. We understand that the agency has the mandate to protect
Yes. The due diligence, right? That they need to
and
do
public
that.
health.
Yeah.
And we totally understand it. We are in constant communication with the agency. The agency comes here, inspect us, and most
Right.
often than not, they're really in a supportive role, and they understand the challenges that Invitrix and other similar companies have. So really, I really see them as more collaboration and cooperative rather than
Should be, yeah.
and it's really heartwarming. And we do listen, we do engage in conversations. There are certain things that we really are appreciative with their guidance and helping us get through this process. Again, our number one goal here is not to do harm.
That's the doctor's motto, right? That's the that's when we that's when dentists, we take the oath, we take the Hippocratic oath. You have the same Hippocratic oath, right? Standard. Not everybody has those same standards, by the way, right? You have your own standards. There's no one self-regulating your standards. You regulating your own self-standard to commit to excellence, right?
And absolutely, I think, and we are committed to the cause. This is.
You believe in it.
This is the space we live in. This is part and parcel of our DNA.
Right.
And this is why we built this facility. We put our money where
Passion and purpose.
Mouth is, and we are here to stay. We understand the road ahead is going to be bumpy, but we'll go through the process. I'm a distance runner. I run marathons 1 mile at a time.
You need that in business.
We are committed to the cause. We are really. This is a great space to be in. You can potentially help a lot of people, especially patients with no option. And I think we have a role to play here. But how do you continuously improve your process, continuously build the team, and try to work with the regulators to put a framework together that we can sort of move forward by providing this product. This product is becoming more and more mainstream, and I think FDA realizes that,
Yeah.
and hence.
Well, people want it, right, too. So it's
the market demand is there.
The consumer driven, right? And what's really sad is what you say about the regulation is that it's good, but it's also bad because it stagnates growth. And so, like, for example, DiagnoCAD is a three-dimensional artificial intelligence company that's fantastic. It's been around in Europe forever. It's approved in Europe. It's approved in Canada. It's approved in all these different countries. And it's taking forever in the United States because it's a new and novel thing. But the sad thing is that all these people could be helped from that technology. And that's what's sad, is that when you see that technology can benefit them, but yet it's not allowed because it's going through this regulation process that takes time and iterations. And you're right, you want to make sure it's safe and you want to make sure it's effective, because a company can say they're good at something and the reality is that they're not, right? And data in, data out, especially AI. There's companies that say that they are approved and they say these things, but the reality is that they don't have everything. And people, the general public doesn't know. They don't know what you know. They don't know what I know, and take it for granted. That's where the FDA comes in, because they basically take that part out, right? The part that they don't know, and try to make sure that it's safe and effective and legitimate, that it's actually valid, objective evidence, not just subjective, right? So they're validating your process. They're validating what you do to ensure that it's safe for people, right? So, it's necessary, but sometimes it reduces the ability for us to move and innovate and go forward, and it's costly and expensive too, right?
Absolutely. I think it's part of the process. We understand, and we have been trying to sort of follow the guidelines, follow FDA's recommendations. There is a room, there is a play for those recommendations. I think ultimately it really adds value to our process, and as I said, we see this as a basically coming together on both sides of the table.
course.
They have their
Collaboration, right?
Absolutely, they have their vantage point as far
Right.
as one their basically ideas and things that they want to see, and we also want to share our vantage point with them as far as what we see. But together, hopefully, as I said, they have helped us along, and we want to continue to see their support and guidance as we go to launching this product in a wider
Right.
US and also globally.
Anything with Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's, there are strategies other people are working on. There are clinical trials. Again, the complexity of and the underlying disease process is not well understood.
Right, I understand that.
And I think the field requires a dose and frequency. We need to do probably a combination therapy. I think it remains to be seen. I think in neurodegenerative disorders,
Right.
In subcategories of these disorders, we see from time to time some light at the end of the tunnel. But again, this, no pun intended, this is an embryonic space that we are in. And there is a lot to learn, I think.
And it's really sad because there's a lot of people that suffer from that. And if you've had a family member, you know a family member, or you have anybody that you hear, I hear from my patients that, you know, the person's there sometimes, but the person's not there, and it's sad because
That's,
you know it's like
indignation.
it affects. It's a national problem, and it affects everybody.
The
you know,
dignity of the patient is horrible once you see the patients go through that dementia
Yeah.
decline,
yeah.
cognitively speaking.
Everything. I mean, look at Parkinson's disease. Look at all these things, right? I mean, if you can affect that and change that, right? Or cancer, for anything, right? I mean, cancer therapy, right? We've all been affected that. I don't care who it is. Someone's been affected by cancer or known someone that's affected by cancer.
That's so true.
You know, if you can affect that and you can change that, that's a game changer. But for dentistry, this is a whole new world that we can enter. I equivalent to, it's like the keystones, right? I'm looking at like the keystones. This is a keystone for the future, you know? So thank you for doing that, because it takes a lot of hard work, grit, perseverance, right? A lot of failure, a lot of, you know, success, but a lot of failure along the path, you know? And you're a runner, so you understand that, right? You just are you're like the horse with the racetrack with the blinders on, looking at the finish line going, I'm gonna get there, right? Trying to get the fastest, quickest, you know, path. So anyway.
Thank you so much for the compliment and
Yeah.
the time, Dr. Charles.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah.
I enjoyed this conversation.
I did too, and I'm looking forward to great things to come. Yeah? All right, perfect.